By definition, a blueprint is a drawn-out plan or a model. Even more than that, a blueprint allows you to see all the pieces and parts that need to be assembled for success. A well-laid-out blueprint will serve as a strategic plan to
build a solid foundation,
build onto those who came before us,
build a giving community,
build academic achievement,
build a supportive culture,
build on past successes,
build a network of strong women,
build a best-in-class athletic program,
build leaders for life,
build a better blue,
build a better blue,
build a better blue,
build a better blue,
build a better blue. When I got here 19 years ago, they were playing in a high school. So imagine recruiting to a Division I institution to a high school. So we moved to the Civic. A huge difference from 19 years ago to now is our facilities. I mean, we have some of the top facilities in the country, and that's all been funded by donors. And it's been just so impactful to the type of student athletes that we can recruit. I mean, obviously, we try to recruit based on, a family atmosphere and the experience they're going to have, but some of those aesthetics really make a big difference.
I will take you back to when I joined our women's rowing team in the fall of 1994. We won the first gold medal for Creighton women's rowing that fall. It's just incredible to see the growth. And we have scholarships, which is amazing to be able to offer the rowers money to do the sport that they love. We started with 1.3 when Coach Chips took over the program back in 2001. And with our donor donations, we're up to 4 of the 20 that he could have. So it is absolutely phenomenal. Title IX provided the blueprint and the direction that we needed to take in order to provide more funding, to provide more opportunities, in order to really make society understand that women, we're not just playing sports. We're not just showing up. We sweat, we succeed, we win, we're determined, which always existed, but for some reason it was just taboo. Like women can't do all of those things. And so I think Title IX said, go out and prove it.
We have made gigantic strides, right? I mean, so many positive things in women's athletics, but we still have a ways to go. I mean, again, as the mother of 3 daughters, questions like, why don't girls coach boys? That glass ceiling needs to be broken, right? We have lots of men coaching women, which is awesome, but we need women. Why isn't a female heading a Division I men's basketball program? Things along those lines. Obviously, our attendance is different a lot of times in marquee men's sports versus women's sports. Those are strides that we need to continue to make, and some of that is public perception. That's getting on more television. A lot of the people that are making decisions to publicize women's sports are men. How do we get more women in the room so we can advocate more for female athletes?
Specifically, what I've seen in our women's coaches is they're competitive. They're here to win. They're here to get the most out of their students. They're here to give our student athletes a great experience, and I think that competitiveness really bodes well for current and future success. For one, they really support one another. Outside the playing field, on the playing field or court, the coaches are great teachers and great mentors of our young women.
Well, I think as a coach, my goal is to develop young women that come out of college believing they can do anything. And so I think the things that we try to instill when they're here is that whatever they set their mind to, they can go through adversity, they can have ups and downs, but they can go out and achieve whatever goals that they want to do. And I think sport lends that to, you deal with working with a team, you deal with ups and downs, you deal with failure, you deal with success, all these things that are going to pay such huge dividends in life. And I see it now that I've been here a long, long time. You see all these young women that were in their early 20s when you met them and now in their mid 30s that are flourishing and having success in life. And that's why I love coaching.
One of the biggest goals that we had this year was to represent Creighton in a way that could show all of our fans, all of the people that supported us, especially through COVID, that we've been working really hard to to use the talent that we have on our team to go as far as we can. We were just happy to be in the tournament. And for different people on the team, me specifically, Lauren specifically, going to Iowa City, playing Iowa was a huge event for us and was really exciting. But then we kept winning, and then we were the first team in the Sweet 16. And then we were like, why stop now? So we might as well keep going. And then being in that Elite Eight game, there was just a different energy around it. You really felt like you had a lot of purpose and success in that moment. And having all of our fans there and our family who had been with us since the beginning, and Creighton alum and past team members and past coaches there, it was really just a great, I think, family moment, I would say, for us and the fans and all of the people supporting from home. And we were just happy to be able to get that far to share that experience with everyone.
Last week we found out that we had the highest GPA, and it was super exciting, but it's not too big of a surprise for me. We've always had a high GPA, and the girls on the team always work super hard to keep up with school. The athletic department is super helpful to help us keep up with our grades. We have academic advisors. Mine is Steve Brace, and he's super helpful with making our schedules, or if you want to set up a time to meet with a tutor. You can also do that in the park, where we can have a quiet place to study. One of the skills that I think is the most important being a student athlete that will translate into the workforce was time management. It's extremely important to be on top of schoolwork while you're balancing your sport.
So I first got involved with sustainability on campus through our composting pilot that we held at the dining halls, and so a lot of this was sorting through the trash and picking out the plastics from the organic waste. I did this about probably 3 to 4 times a week. I saw a lot of trash during these hours, and so it really stuck with me, and it started to follow me around, and this put me in touch with a lot of other people in the sustainability circle on campus.
Emma actually reached out to us kind of towards the tail end of, I want to say, 2019, and she had been working with the Office of Sustainability on campus. And she was just looking to see about different ways that she could implement some of those sustainability efforts within our athletic programs.
I also met with our sustainability director, who I had also met through this composting program, and started talking about ways that we could better integrate sustainable practices into our athletic infrastructure.
And from day one, Emma was always kind of looking forward and making sure that whatever we needed, we could get access to, and then whatever she and the Office of Sustainability needed, they could make sure that we were in the loop. Most of our student athletes really take in the whole student athlete experience at Creighton, and they really want to be strong leaders and strong symbols in the community of the values of Creighton University. And I think Emma's done a fantastic job of not only making sure that she's kind of left a mark with the university, but also bringing that mark over into athletics. And hopefully it's something that we can continue to kind of build upon for the future, and hopefully she set a great groundwork for that.
Scholarships are the most important ingredient for success for our women's teams. We are at a scholarship deficit, so to speak, when it comes to our peers and when it comes to the NCAA maximums. The support we get from Leaders for Life add to our scholarship numbers. That allows us to attract, to recruit and retain really, really talented women student athletes. In turn, talented student athletes allows us to be more competitive, and I think a competitive experience equates to a really good, memorable experience for our student athletes. We also use those dollars to support leadership initiatives, whether it's leadership programming, community service, academic preparation type programming.
So SAC is basically a way for student athletes to be connected with staff members within the athletic department and within the university, to just be kind of that gateway in decision making and knowing what's going on within our athletic department. How SAC works is there's 2 to 3 representatives from each team. My current role in SAC is co-president, and I do that with Bryce Shirley, who's a cross-country runner. and we kind of handle all of the executive type things that go on with SAC and oversee all of the great work that our exec board and our student athletes are doing.
We can't do what we do without our donors. You know, we're just too small of an institution. So, you know, when we need something small or big, we look to people, you know, and ask for help. And sometimes it's hard to put into words how appreciative I am to people that are truly impacting our student athletes, the university. I mean, you look at the run that Creighton women's basketball made this year. That's going to increase enrollments. You know, that's going to impact not just the athletic department, that impacts our entire institutions. So those donors aren't just giving to a sport, they are giving to, you know, all these young women that are coming out, graduating from Creighton and truly making an impact in our community.
We cannot be thankful enough to everyone that supports this wonderful initiative, this needed initiative in Leaders for Life, and I look forward to growing our goal over time and turning this into something even greater than what it is.
When we all step forward with the best versions of ourselves, we invite and enable others to do the same, building onto the momentum started by those before us. Thank you to our Creighton alumni and supporters who so generously contribute to our teams and help build a better Blue.